Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Well, hey, everybody, this is Brian Adams. Thanks for joining today's Inspire podcast. We're so excited to have a Friday edition. It's been a long time since we had a Friday edition of this. I think back into the COVID lockdown period was the last time we did this. And so it is just exciting to be back together. I know we had a inadvertent text message go out on Wednesday saying we were having one, and I was just as surprised as everyone else. So we had to, good things come to those who wait, and we had to wait a couple of days for this one to come together. But just like that song said, we built this city on rock and roll. I think we built this company on partnership, and I'm so excited about a new announcement that we're going to be making today. But I'm also excited about the partnership meeting that we're going to have, our annual Integrity Partner Meeting that we have not had in almost 2 years. Golly, I can't believe it. Literally in December, it will be 2 years since we've had that partner meeting. And we were together a week or so ago with Ryan Kimball and a bunch of Lenny Anderson, Tom Sheath, a bunch of our partners, John Bettis and others. And we were just talking about how we just need to get together. So we decided to pull together an impromptu Integrity Partner Meeting in Dallas. We're going to talk about a lot of our incredible things that we're working on, including our new office building that we're building out as we speak, some of the exciting updates that we've got on some of our brand and our website and some other things. And really, more than anything, it's a great time for really our managing partners to come together with their spouses or significant others and just celebrate what we've been able to accomplish, celebrate all the incredible things that we've been able to really do here at Integrity and how we've really built this company on partnership. And so hopefully all the managing partners have received that invite. I know a lot of you are already making plans to be here in Dallas in 2 weeks, and we're going to have just an incredible time together, getting to know each other, getting to know some of the different businesses that we've partnered with, and more than anything, just really sharing best practices, best ideas, and celebrating this partnership. And that is part of what we're doing in Game Time as well. In fact, I had some people in my office yesterday, and we were walking around, and they saw all the Game Time balloons and the Game Time decorations, and they were just amazed by really the culture that we're building. And this culture is, I think, unlike any other, because most of the time you would never get people to dress up in costumes unless it's Halloween. But this week we're having the Mascot Activity Challenge. I'm so excited to see all the different costumes that the Integrity family has come up with. The Shared Service Office held a Mascot Day yesterday, and I got to tell you, it is amazing to see all the different things that people have been dressing up as. In fact, I think it was at Thomas Arts I saw there was a conference, or there was a meeting going on with about 10 or 12 people, and two of them were dressed up as literally mascots. So it's really incredible to see. I saw a very excited dinosaur from Garrity Advantage holding up some Integrity swag as they danced. That was incredible. And so remember, the activity challenges are competitions. We're a competitive group here at Integrity, so team captains, remember to get pictures, record some videos, and have some fun as you load them to integritymarketing.com/gametime. Our Game Time Scouts will be selecting a winner to be announced on Inspire and share some of our highlight videos as well. And speaking of fun, we've got another swag drop coming your way, and I hope you guys are enjoying the Integrity cookies. I had one yesterday. It was hard to eat because it was just so pretty, but it is I did it. It was really good, and hope you guys are always waving those pennants proud. We started the pennants years ago. Is almost kind of like just reminiscent, but now every year we've got a new pennant, so I was glad to see those out as well. We're already seeing those pop up on social media. And please don't forget the gold coins. The gold coins have been a huge, huge success, and I think we still have a few more of those out there. So on this Friday edition of Inspire Podcast, we are so excited. As we keep talking about this idea of partnership. And this next individual is somebody that I've personally known for a long time, worked with him for a long time, and just have always admired his passion, his commitment to service, his integrity. And today I'm incredibly excited to announce that now Bill McCloskey of Stateline Senior Services has joined the Integrity family. Bill, as president of Stateline Senior Services, will now become a managing partner here at Integrity. They're based in Somers, Connecticut, and Stateline Senior Services has been offering Medicare options and supplemental plans for over 20 years, and their business has grown to include retirement and investment planning as well to help their customers secure a durable and dependable income throughout their retirement years. And over the years, Bill and his team have built a strong reputation of high-quality customer service, and they have a network of hardworking, high-performing agents, and we're excited to welcome their wealth experience to the Integrity family. By partnering with Integrity, Stateline will now enhance their ability to prospect and generate leads and upgrade their marketing efforts. They'll also be able to have a new level of administrative support that will help them do what they do best, which is helping their customers. So, Bill, on behalf of Tom Sheath, Mike Wingate, Steve Bugg, all of our partners here at Integrity, I want to welcome you as the newest Integrity partner. Bill, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much, Brian. Greatly appreciated and excited about the future.
Well, hey, listen, Bill, I think your passion for this business is always something that I've always admired. And one of the things I love about these podcasts is learning more about our partners' stories. And we've heard some interesting stories throughout this podcast about how people, a lot of times people think, well, you've always been successful. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You've always, had this trajectory. But for most of us, that really wasn't our story. In fact, almost all of us, it was, we've had to really work hard to accomplish what we've accomplished, and we all feel like we're just getting started. I'd love to hear your story about how you got into the business and really about your passion about this business.
Sure. Well, I had to work pretty much full-time, put myself through college at a state school. My parents weren't in a position to help, so I was never very academically inclined anyway. I couldn't get a job in any industry that I was excited about, so I said, I'll try this insurance thing. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I strolled into Clay Legette's office 38 years ago, I guess it is now. He taught me to take care of folks, and if you always put the client's interests ahead of your own, you're going to be okay. Go out there and tell some folks your story. So from the beginning, my upbringing from my parents, as well as, what Clay taught me early on, it was really just all about going out and helping people and serving people. And, what a responsibility and really a privilege it is to just go out and serve people every single day and help them out and help them have a worry-free retirement or help them pick a Medicare plan that's going to give them some peace of mind. And we make a little bit of money to do that too. So it's really pretty awesome to go out there and just help people out. It's a responsibility. I also feel like it's a privilege. And that's what we do every day, is try and meet more people and be a blessing to them.
Yeah, man, listen, I think it's amazing how people start out their business. I started Integrity out of my house, and you and Wendy started your business in the early days. Y'all were literally working in your garage, right?
Yeah, we started there and got a couple bucks together and put a room above the garage, and that was a huge upgrade, and did that for a number of years. And I guess it was only about 10 years ago or so that we actually opened an office and hired some staff. But prior to that, it was myself and Wendy. And, about 15 years ago, actually, Wendy's one of her best friends, Michelle, I hired to help me do some paperwork and whatnot. And she's with us today, and she's our business manager and really just does so much for Stateline. But, yeah, we started, like a lot of other folks, right? Many, many years ago, we started knocking on doors and just hit the neighborhood and hit the streets. And then it was the phones, and then it evolved into other things. And then eventually your name gets out there. And as we know, you do the right thing and people pass your name along.
Well, it is pretty amazing. You were just making me think. You were saying working in your home 15 years ago. It was in 2009, so that was 12 years ago that I was still working in my home. Lisa Cook, Stephen Prince, and others were literally coming to my house every day, what is now bedrooms. I still live in the same house. What is now bedrooms, we had cubicles set up, and it is pretty amazing how far we've come. I remember, people say, what was one of the toughest decisions? What are different things you've done? Getting an office and talking to, Tom Sheath and Mike Wingate, you've partnered with them for years as well.
Absolutely.
One of the hardest things was going to Tom and Mike and going, hey, Robin wants us out of the house, and we're going to have to start spending some money on the rent because we'd worked out my house for years. And they were up in Nebraska. I was here in Dallas, and it was one of the hardest. I was anxious about bringing that up, and then, of course, they were as supportive as ever. It was funny. I remember them coming to my house. We started looking for office space. They came to my house. We set up, and now it's my son Asher's bedroom. Just talking about, okay, what can we afford? What can we do? Oh my gosh, it's amazing how far we've come. And people say you're an overnight success. I'm like, man, if you would have known how hard it was and how long it took, I would have probably done something else. But it's been pretty humbling overall. Now, you said Clay legit taught you or got you in the business. Clay, in our podcast, man, many moons ago now it's been about a year and a half, it seems like, Clay did a little training on door knocking. Did Clay ever teach you how to door knock?
Absolutely. My first sale was watching Clay make a sale and be kind enough and generous enough to hand it to me. But my second sale I actually made was in front of him. But absolutely, back in the day, we'd have one lead of a person who ordered a booklet on insurance of some sort, and Clay taught us, before you work that lead, you only got 3 or 4 of them to work a day. Before you work that, you hit every house in the neighborhood and say, happen to be in the area, and your friend ordered some information. I wanted to help you out. So you turned one lead into, 10 or 20 door knocks back in the early 80s.
That's how I got started. I got started selling insurance, and this guy named Gary Adcock was an amazing guy. He introduced me to my manager, a guy named Terry, who was not such an amazing guy. But I had one lead that was probably 5 years old, and it was just door knocking, but you carried that lead around, I guess, to feel a little bit better. But I got a surprise for you because one of the hardest I've ever laughed, and I laughed until I cried on this one, was when Clay taught us about door knocking. So I wanted Clay to be the first one to welcome you as a partner. Clay, are you there, man?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, Brian?
We can hear you great, man. What a blast from the past. When was this, 1983? Is that what I'm hearing here?
Yep.
It was, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Clay, I'll let you be the first to welcome Bill to the partnership.
Oh, my gosh. I couldn't be more fired up. Thanks, Brian. Bill and Wendy, you know what I think of you folks, and I'm so pleased that you've decided to become part of the Integrity family. I would just offer this to some of the other partners on the call and some of the Integrity team there in Dallas and around the country. I would say this, Bill's operation and Wendy's operation is not the biggest that I've ever seen. But if I wanted to rank the partners as far as the quality of their character, the type of people that they are, et cetera, he's right up there at the very, very top. And I always felt like we didn't necessarily need partners within Integrity that were, the biggest volumes in the world, but we needed people with the biggest hearts and people with the most drive and people that would make the company better. And Bill and Wendy are absolutely those types of people. And I would just say this might help some of the folks on the call. I remember interviewing Bill very originally, and the thing that stood out, Bill, you probably don't even know that I remember this, but he was a star cross-country runner in high school. And if anybody wants to ever hire somebody that's got that inner strength, like you read about, go after some cross-country people, because think about that. There's about 5 people at the meet, right? Nobody's there to cheer you on except maybe your mom if you're lucky. And, the girls are over looking at the football players. It's a real nightmare, right? So if you become an outstanding cross-country runner, you've got it. You've got that inner strength, and I could see that right away. And I felt like I wanted to put my time into somebody like that. But seriously, fantastic. Wendy is just an absolute gem. When you folks meet her, you're not necessarily going to say that Bill married way over his head, but it'll enter your mind anyway, for sure. But Bill, seriously, Seriously, welcome to our group. Your organization is just going to get better because of the integrity effect. I promise you that. It seems like every single entity that's come on with us in the last many years, they do better than they ever did because we have responsibility to each other. And moving forward, I have that responsibility to you again, and others will do the same, and I'm sure that you'll pick right up on that as you're a phenomenal team player. So welcome to our group, and thanks for trusting Brian and the team.
Thank you, Clay. Really excited to move forward and contribute.
Man, guys, first of all, Clay, thank you so much for joining there. I think one of the most profound things that Clay just said, and I just want to repeat it, is that every organization that has come on to integrity has done better because you have a responsibility to each other. And as Clay just said, he now has a responsibility to Bill and vice versa, and we all have a responsibility to continue to grow and expand together, which is just such an amazing opportunity to do that. I love hearing all of our partners who really come together and how our core values align. And I love this podcast for so many reasons because it really highlights how much our partners love one another and how much we love to serve our, frankly, senior population, especially that we serve. Bill, can you tell us a little bit more about what this partnership means to you and your team?
Sure. Well, the word integrity is not just a word or a name. It's I know what we're all about. I'll include myself in that now. And, in our small market with a few advisors, quite frankly, in order to grow the way we want to, we just need more marketing resources. So I'm looking forward to taking advantage of a lot of the integrity marketing resources to grow our sales force and grow our overall sales. But also, without even knowing all the specifics, the back office support has to provide additional efficiencies that are going to make us provide an even greater level of customer service and do so in a more efficient way, but really just opportunities to grow and be efficient. Add on more folks, and more folks means we have more people to help, and that obviously helps with revenue as well. So the marketing, I'm sure, is going to be huge, but also I'm sure there's a lot of back office support that I'm not even aware of that's going to help us to be more efficient. And to be honest, getting together and sharing ideas with folks. We've got the best, the brightest, and the most forward-thinking people in our industry here at Integrity, and I'm excited to learn from everybody.
Well, I understand your grandson even said something to you. What was his quote whenever he heard about that?
That was really cool. So we were talking about this as a family, and my grandson, who I'm so blessed, lives right next door to us. So I spend a lot of time with him. He's 8 years old, and Mason says to me, "So, Papa, I hear Stateline's getting an upgrade." And I said, I didn't think of it that way, but that's exactly what's going on, buddy.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, Stateline is exactly the kind of business that we want to partner with. And just like Clay just said as well, we believe that you make us better, and we know that we have the tools to help you and your team even reach your goals and beyond. One of the things I also, respect about you, Bill, we've gone on trips all over the world together as you've worked with Premier in the past. I've always respected your strong foundation of faith. And working in this industry, and I think in the industry, that can always be tough. And I know you and your wife have faced difficult challenges in your family. And would you mind sharing a little bit about that story and how it's inspired you to give back to your community there in Connecticut?
Sure. So Wendy and I are blessed with 5 children, but one of them, Macy Grace, passed away after just 3 days. And during that process, we knew she was sick before she was born and that she wouldn't be with us long. And during that process, our community was extremely supportive. And we also met people within the medical community who provided us with some support, but also shared some of the challenges within that situation. My daughter had trisomy 13, which is a chromosome disorder, and really wasn't expected to make it to term. And we had her for 6, what we describe as amazing and joyful days, as much as we would have written our script differently for sure. But we had 6 amazing days with Macy, and we had a lot of community support. And I think when God kind of drags you out of that situation and allows you the opportunity to see something positive in something so tragic, it really shows you the love of God, but it also inspires you to want to give back and share with others. So we started a foundation that gives scholarships to young people who have had to overcome major challenges in their life. And we also have a grief counseling support group that we sponsored and facilitated for 10 years for other parents going through similar challenges, and tried to give back through our foundation. And really our community was so generous in supporting and helping us build the fundraising part of our foundation, so that about a year ago or so we approached our town and decided to partner with them and put in a splash pad, which is many of you are probably familiar with, but it's got a number of features that young children can play under. So we have, it's called Macy's Place, where we broke ground already. Because of some COVID delays, we're not actually having the ribbon cutting ceremony and opening it up till next spring. But we do that as a way of giving back to our community that really has supported us in so many ways. And I think it's a privilege. I think it's, I mean it when I say that the blessings that are bestowed upon us and our successes, we have a responsibility to give back and to serve others. And it's a privilege to be in a position to do that, right? It's one of the great joys in our life for all of us. I'm speaking for more than myself, to be in a position to help other people in any way that we can.
Man, I love that story. You as you know, my wife and I lost a son named Titus in 2012, and we set up a foundation in his name as well. And at the end of life for me and Robin, frankly, I think the most important thing, the thing I enjoy the most, frankly, is giving back. And I think that we can help so many people just with just giving their time and our resources in so many different ways. And that's something I know that we share a common ground on in our faith, but also in our passion for helping others. And that's what this business is about, is helping people plan for the good days ahead, helping people with these needs. And whenever you have this noble business that we have this opportunity and I think obligation to continue to serve others. And I could not be more honored to be partners with you and Wendy, and just can't wait to get together to celebrate this, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I know we have a lot of partners who want to say hello and congratulations, and you've been working with Premier for a long time, that wanted to have Tom Sheath jump on and say congratulations as well.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
Brian, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you great, man.
Well, Bill and Wendy, man, a huge congrats. Man, what a special day it is today, and what a great way to start the weekend. And listening to, everything here this morning, Stateline and everything you both have built is exactly what integrity is. You've done things the right way. You've done it with integrity. You've given back to the community. We treat our employees with great respect, and I really couldn't be more honored, just like Brian said, to welcome you both as partners now, and so excited about the future having you on. And let's just say you've upgraded integrity by joining. It's not the other way around, because I've known you a long time, and man, you're just a great person, and along with your wife, and we couldn't be more excited having you on board. And I know Paul Sharon up above in heaven right now is looking down, clapping too as well, because I know he'd be very excited about today as well. So couldn't be more excited, guys. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tom.
Mike Wingate, are you there with us?
I sure am. Bill and Wendy, again, congratulations. We couldn't be more excited to have two of the best people in the world come together with us at Integrity. And you two have been partners with us for some time on the Premier side, so we know your work ethics. We know you personally, and you guys have just done some tremendous things in both work and in your personal lives. And so we couldn't be more pleased, and congratulations again, and looking forward to the next chapter.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike.
Well, and then last but certainly not least, Steve Bugg, who I know you work with closely out there in Connecticut and been great friends with. Steve, are you there with us?
I am, Brian. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great, man.
Perfect. Bill, this is a big day. I'm so excited for you, all of you at Stateline, actually. Of course, your wife. Obviously, everybody has already said a bunch of wonderful things about you. I would reiterate all of them. We've been working together a little over a decade, and I don't know, I've admired you right from the start. Your willingness to help not just me and others around you, but even your competition, just your work ethic, everything. This is a big day for us, no doubt about it. I'm excited for what's to come and just couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate it.
Steve, I first of all, I have to say when Tom said something about Paul Sharon, it made me tear up. Paul, for those of you who don't know Paul's the one who got Premier into the Medicare Advantage space and just one of the greatest, frankly, people in the world. And Paul would be so proud today, wouldn't he, Steve?
Absolutely. Talk about getting choked up. I'm having trouble speaking right now. I miss him to death, and I know everybody that worked with him does, and there's no doubt about it. This is a big day all the way around.
Yeah, amen. Well, hey, Bill, congratulations. Bill and Wendy, congratulations again. Appreciate the opportunity to be your partner. We are going to be announcing this actually today. We just closed this partnership this morning, so we're going to be actually announcing it today, and we could not be more proud to get this announcement out here in just a little while. But we're going to have a lot of fun as partners, Bill, and I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Awesome. Well, thank you all very much. Greatly appreciate it. Look forward to the future.
God bless you, man. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday.